So this question's talking about cumulative frequency graphs, and it's given us information about 80 people. So we can see that it does tie up quite nicely. 80 is the top of the cumulative frequency curve, and the cumulative frequency curve is doing what we expect. It always rises upwards. It's cumulative, getting bigger and bigger as it goes along. And basically we've got to ask ourselves, what should we know about cumulative frequency graphs? Well, we should know that we need to be able to calculate the median values, the lower quartile values, the upper quartile values, and the interquartile range. So an interquartile range being the upper quartile value minus the lower quartile value. So if we see the cumulative frequency graphs, then we should be thinking along the lines of cumulative frequency graph, halfway we come across and find the median. So that's 50% of the way, and then 25% of the way is the lower quartile, and 75% of the way is the upper quartile. And this would be the lower quartile value, and this would be the upper quartile value. So we should have that kind of view in our mind. If the question is talking about cumulative frequency, then we're either plotting them and then calculating these values, or in this question you're given one already drawn and you've got to interpret it. So let's have a look at the interpretation. What does it actually want us to do for this question? So they're saying then write down the number of people who waited for 20 minutes or less. Well, that means then that we come to the graph. 20 time is on the bottom there, so 20 minutes comes to this point here, and we come across and we read off carefully what that is. And if we use the scale carefully, we can see that it's going up in twos, and so therefore this is 28. And again, be careful, because they deliberately quite often on graph questions do them at exact points. And if we read this carefully, it is on exactly 28. It's on exactly the line in the square. It then says work out an estimate of the number of people who waited between 26 minutes and 40 minutes. So again, we're going to find 26 minutes, and 26 minutes is there, and again it's an exact value. So 26 minutes is there, so that comes across and gives us 42. And for 40 minutes we come up, and again if we look really carefully it gives us an exact answer. So for 40 minutes we come across and we get 68. So we can see here it says work out an estimate of people who waited between these, so the between bit will be there. So that's going to be the 68 people who were at 40 minutes or less, because all of these people were less than the 40 minutes, and we're taking away the 42 which were at 26 minutes. 68 take away 42, 26 people. So basically we interpreted this graph by finding what happened at 26 minutes, then we found out what happened at 40 minutes, got those two answers, and then we took them away to get the actual estimate of the number of people who were between those times. It then gives us the information that the hospital has a target that no more than 15% of people are kept waiting for 40 minutes or more. Has the hospital achieved its target? So we need to work out how many people waited 40 minutes or more. Well, we already worked out that 68 people was the boundary for 40 minutes. 68 people waited less than 40 minutes. So that meant there was 80 people in this table altogether. So these people waited more. So from 68 to 80 is 12. So basically we're dealing with 12 people waited greater than 40 minutes. That was out of a total of 80 people. So the way we get a percentage is to do a fraction times 100. And when we do that, then let's calculate the paper. So 12 divided by 80 times by 100 equals 15. Has the hospital achieved its target for the day? You must explain your answer, and you're going to say yes, exactly 15%. Had to wait more than 40 minutes. So we should really exemplify that. So yes, target achieved as exactly 15%, had to wait more than 40 minutes. Okay, so cumulative frequency graphs, remember, you should be able to work out the median, the lower quartile, the upper quartile, the interquartile range, or as this question wanted you to actually interpret them by recognising that if we go, for example, here, then this meant that 28 people had or less waited 20 minutes or less, and anything above there waited more than 20 minutes.